Hey, this is Mark Squash from MTC Media. Look, there's all this continuous talk about Caitlin Clark being underpaid. She's not being underpaid. She's being paid the money that has been collectively bargained. It has nothing to do with the NBA. Can we stop putting that beside each other? One has nothing to do with the other. Pro sports, when it went to a salary cap model, and this is NFL, this is NHL, this is NBA, WNBA, it doesn't matter. The model ties everything to revenues. That's the way this works. Remember back in the 82 strike in the NFL, that's what ended up happening out of that when the players want a percentage of the revenues. The owners didn't want to give up a percentage of the revenues. They didn't think they should be tied. Well, as time went on, you notice that it flip-flopped. Owners, because now TV contracts were so lucrative, they wanted to be able to control salaries. By controlling salaries, that meant the best model was salaries would be tied to revenues. That is defined by the collective bargaining agreement. It's not even all revenues. It's revenues defined by the collective bargaining agreement. So this idea that Caitlin Clark is underpaid is just ludicrous. And I don't understand where people going and then they're mad at the NBA. The NBA has nothing to do with what this collective bargaining agreement is. They don't. You know, if we want to go back to the old structure, then people like LeBron James and NBA would be making more. And then you'd have a series of players making much, much less. But the owners love being able to have a superstar at below market value, which is why you see in the NBA, all of the structures really limit the best players from being paid. So the best players never get their true market value. It's that market value and that extra money is filtered down to players who aren't as good. Let's just call it what it is. In the NBA, that's what the collective bargaining agreement does. So you have a rookie that has not proven anything on the floor yet. And then fans are losing their mind because they act like the rookie should get $10 million, $20 million off the top because they like her. That's not how this works. Even if you look to the NFL, I can't remember the quarterback's name from Oklahoma. He was the last one that got the sweetheart quarterback deal. The last one. After that, the NFL said, hey, man, we need to do something with this rookie, the rookie pool and all this sort of stuff to limit how big those contracts can be. Every league is doing it. Whether it's men's, women's, it doesn't matter. Every league is doing it. Why do you think the NFL is so built on having a quarterback on their first contract? Because the first contract is going to, for the better quarterback, your first contract is below market value as defined by the collective bargaining agreement. Why do you think they do it? We just can't magically lose our minds and void of anything that's common sense as soon as we let our feelings get away with someone that we like. And this is all this is. No offense to Caitlin Clark, because what she did at Iowa is truly amazing. But there have been really good young ladies in the WNBA. The WNBA was not born on the back of Caitlin Clark. Now, she can push it to the next level, just like with the NBA, we saw with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, but then Michael Jordan in that era that was coming up where we were seeing different viewing habits. And the idea that now sports was casting such a wide net, it was no longer regionalized, it was no longer local, it was national. And that's why you came up with all these packages, the NFL Sunday Ticket, NBA's League Pass, the NHLs and everything else. Everything became national. So you got to understand that. You got to understand that running around here and just making these wild claims and acting like Caitlin Clark is some sort of victim, and at times comes off disrespectful to the women who help build that league. That league is on an upward swing, guys. And yes, Caitlin Clark is going to add so much value to that league. And you know who's going to benefit? Everyone. Because now the revenues are going to go up. And I guarantee for everyone who keeps saying, oh, the NBA, subsidizes the WNBA, we know that. Oh, the WNBA has not made all this money. We know that. But Remember how old the WNBA is. And remember how old the NBA is. And remember how long it took the NBA to get to this point. It didn't take the NBA 30 years to get to this point. Remember now, when I was growing up, when CBS got the NBA contract, the NBA finals were on tape delay. They were on tape delay. It came on after your late local news. So, let's just start with the bashing of these young ladies and the bashing of the WNBA. This is just how business works. Caitlin Clark will raise revenues along with Angel Reese and all these young ladies who are coming in. The WNBA is as good as it's ever been from top to bottom with talent. These young ladies can absolutely positively play, and it will grow. And the rookie pool and the rookie sliding scale will grow. What veterans get, veterans of the league get, will grow. All of those things will grow. It takes time like any other business. It took time for the NFL. It took time for the NBA. It took time for the NHL if you want to throw into them. And look at the MLS model. The MLS, how many iterations did we go through for the MLS to actually start to really gain foothold here, especially with soccer being such a strong international sport? It takes time, guys. So can we please stop it? Can we stop with all this nonsense on both sides? The people who have used this opportunity to trash the WNBA and, no one goes, no one watches. Well, here's what I can tell you. In Washington, D.C. with the Mystics, no, people watch and people go. And the NBA, and I will end on this. You got to understand with the NBA, just like any other business, there are things and there are revenue and potential revenue streams that you invest in. And they don't make money the first 15 minutes you invest in it. It brings value to the brand. The NBA G League brings value to the NBA because what you're going to see, especially with the punitive second apron, is they're going to use the G League to control cost. That's what it's going to be. Why not bring up a young guy from the G League instead of someone who might be gets the veteran minimum or might be a higher price to get to him? Well, I can get this younger guy. They're going to be 11 and 12 on the bench. I can use the G League to bring a guy up and save the money. That has value to the NBA because the NBA G League certainly doesn't, quote unquote, make money. The NBA G League does not pack stadiums in. That's not what it's there for. There is a mechanism and a reason why they have it. Talent development, young talent development, keeping people in the game. And for those guys, it is, if I don't make the NBA, I can use this to go overseas. So everybody wins. Everybody is investing in something. There's nothing wrong with the NBA's investment in the WNBA. They knew the WNBA wasn't going to make money in the first 15 minutes it was out there. That's fine. It's no different than any other company. Everything that you invest in does not give you an instant profit on there. And it does not mean that you shouldn't invest in it. The WNBA, just like the MLS, is growing at the right rate. And as they add players, as they add interest, as the people who get in there, Caitlin Clark is going to usher in a generation of young ladies who are going to say, you know what I want to be? I want to be Caitlin Clark. And you know what I want to do? I want to do it in the WNBA. And then revenues will go up, which means salaries will grow up. But remember, at the end of the day, this is a business. And people just aren't going to give $10 million or $15 million to Caitlin Clark just because you like Caitlin Clark. What they're going to do, just like Bird and Magic, they're going to use this superstar that's captivating the next generation into building the league up to where it could get to. And we've seen it with the NBA. You're going to see it with the WNBA. So could everyone just relax?